5-year-old girl vanishes from her own home. Jahessye Shockley was at her Glendale, Arizona home on the evening of October 11th. Her mom says she went out to run an errand and left this precious child with her 3 older siblings. By the time the mother gets home, she says Jahessye has vanished into thin air. Police thoroughly canvassed the area. They claim they have several leads.
We have not named any suspects in the case. We do have many persons of interest.
Investigators continue to search the area. Still no sign of Jahessye. Where is this beautiful little girl? And we're also taking your calls on this one. 1-877-JVM says straight out to our exclusive guest, Sergeant Brent Combs of the Glendale, Arizona Police Department. Sergeant, you've been working on this case furiously. I know you have your officers all over this, your detectives all over this. What can you tell us about this child?
Well, I can tell you, Jane, that it's been 10 days now, and certainly we have reason for concern. If it would just be simply that Jahessye had walked away from her house, we would have certainly heard something by now. She would have shown up, somebody would have found her.
So what about the mom? I understand that the mother has a history. What is that history? And have you been able to exclude her? I mean, she says she goes out to do an errand and comes back. You got the 3 siblings saying, oh, the child was here just a couple of minutes ago. I don't know where the child went. What do you know about the mother's history?
Well, I can tell you that the investigators that are close to this case are aware of the mother's history. Although I can't speak to specifics of that history, we are aware, but simply, you know, it remains that our commitment is to find Jahessye and hopefully finally finding her safely.
Well, I can tell you, Jahessye's mother, Jahessye Hunter, and this is not to say she is a suspect in any way, shape, or form in the disappearance of her child. From what we know, she's hysterical and looking for her child, but she has a history of child abuse. That's simply a fact. In 2005, she and Jahessye's father, George Shockley, did, quote, willfully and wrongfully inflict cruel and inhuman punishment, corporal punishment, and injury in prison. A family member claims that she suspects that this little girl who disappeared may have been abused, but this is just a claim by a family member. Let's listen.
At our function, at our get-togethers, Jahessye was not herself. I seen marks on Jahessye that led me to believe that she was being abused in Jahisse's home.
Sergeant Coombs, have you talked to the mother about the child's disappearance? Does she have a firm alibi? Is there surveillance video of her shopping?
Yeah, we've certainly talked to Jahessye's mother from the very beginning. We've interviewed her on multiple occasions, and on a daily basis we're in contact with her, and she is working with us currently.
Joey Jackson, what really bothers me about this case, the 3 older siblings were taken from the home, and according to published reports, they were split up into 3 different foster families. That outrages me. These kids have already been traumatized by the disappearance of their kid sister, and now they're being split up by the foster care system. It's outrageous, Joey.
You know what? I understand that, Jane, and you should be outraged, and we all should be. At the same time, though, the children need to be protected, and if doing that puts them in a safe environment and allows the Child Protective Services to get information that they need to solve the case, then I think ultimately we're all in a better position. Hopefully that's temporarily. Hopefully it's temporary. They're reunited at some point, but you have to do initially what needs to be done to bring this girl back safely and soundly to her family.
It breaks my heart. Paul Penzone, former sergeant, Phoenix Police Department. What do you make of this case?
Well, just on what you're speaking of, although it is very difficult, you never want to separate kids like the situation that we have here. What you also don't want is they could be critical witnesses in this investigation, so their ability to communicate with each other would actually impede their ability to speak independently of what they knew. But this is a situation, our valley is very much focused on this case. Glendale PD, I was so impressed with the level of resources they committed from the very first day with this case to ensure that they were doing everything possible. And I think a lot of that goes to the coverage on shows like these for other kids that we've seen missing.
And let me say, we're not going to give up. We're staying on top of this case until that child is found. That's a promise. Keep it right here.